folks, how are y'all doing? My name is Rees, and Merry Christmas to you all, and welcome back to our Tekkit 2 Let's Play adventure, where I feel like we're getting into a rhythm. It was kind of hard to pick up a series after it had been run by an AI for over a year, and kind of get into the flow of everything, so I know the last week or so of videos has been a little on the rough side as I try to kind of come to terms with everything and put myself in his shoes, and we've mostly just been focusing on bees and trees. Hey, I did all the bees before starting the video today, so no bees! We are going to deal with the trees, though, because last time we discussed how what we really wanted to do was crossbreed jungle and dark oak, and that was going to help us get... Was it Teak, I believe, maybe? We were going for jungle and dark oak, 10% chance. I don't know, 10% chance of what? 10% chance a leaf might get pollinated, 10% that a crossbred leaf will be what we're looking for in the form of a teak tree. I'm unsure at this present moment, but what I realize is that we probably shouldn't have all these other trees, if that is the goal. We probably need to get rid of every tree up here and focus instead exclusively on jungle and dark oak wood. Now, we do have some dark oak trees around here somewhere, I'm pretty sure. Wasn't that a thing that we made that grew like a normal tree? Or am I thinking of all the acacia? I might be thinking of the acacia. I thought we had like a hybrid dark oak that was a 1x1 and just grew normally. But clearly I'm thinking of the weirdo acacia trees we have all over the place. That's okay. That is okay. What I'm going to go ahead and do is I'm going to fell every tree in the forest now. I'm going to bring them all down. We're going to, like, I think charge this thing up with V. Last time I did this, I accidentally broke part of the roof, I'm pretty sure. But then what do? Just right-click? That's definitely not doing anything. I thought that was how we cut down trees. Yeah, that's not doing anything at all. Am I supposed to push a different button? Am I supposed to push, like, C? That doesn't appear to be doing anything, but just because it doesn't look like it is, doesn't mean it isn't. What if I hit G? All sleigh mode? I don't know why, but that worked! In a very wide arc around me, in a circle. Oh dear. Oh dear. Yeah, see what I mean? See, now that's just kind of arbitrary. That right there. I don't know why that happened to this piece in particular. I'm gonna charge that bad boy down, and we're not gonna do that again, except for maybe now that it's all the way charged down, I might go ahead and maybe just charge up one. There we go. I don't know, it's odd, isn't it? Isn't it odd? The trees it decides to cut down and those it decides not to? It's a bit arbitrary, don't you think? Acacia, willow, dark oak, birch. Where's the maple? Where have the maple ones gone? I've got the gray carpet. Where is the maple wood? What's happened to it? It's not in the tree. It's not inside. It's not on top of the roof. This is absurd. I'm not upset or anything. I'm perplexed is all. You know, I can get more. It's not that big a deal. I just wish I understood the hows and whys and mechanics of it. I mean, look, I've got the 10 of these here, or I did before I accidentally placed some floating in the air here, which makes perfect sense to have happen in the video game. Okay, get rid of all of this. Anything that has an EMC value, go ahead and get rid of it. All the basic... See, a lot of these dropped like, really odd saplings, so we've got a ton of these copper birch saplings now, as well as some white widow and an oddball acacia. So that's fantastic. But what we want to focus on now is dark oak. So we want to get a bunch of those. And I believe it was jungle, correct? We'll have to double check again here to make sure. Yeah. But we're going to breed these until we get what we want out of them. I'm hesitant to do this again. But I think on the lowest setting it might be okay. We might be able to get through here and get these without causing like further damage to the roof of the house. Yeah, it kind of looks like it. Oh, shoot. Are you kidding me? Oh, I didn't realize it did the same over here. Okay, but where is the wood going? There it is. Alright. Let's bring that down, and let's go ahead and break this ridiculous little bush here as well. And that pretty much does it. I think we'll leave these up, because they're not really hurting anything. And this doesn't seem to mind that the sun is being blocked out by it. It's not bothered at all. Sorry, what did that say? Normal. I thought it said something about jungle over here. It definitely didn't, but still. Oh my gosh. There's just such a high volume of nonsense in here now. What am I supposed to do with all of these wackier sort of saplings. Also, did I just get rid of all the ones I wanted? I did. I'm just standing here tanking bee attacks because it needs to learn at some point that it can't hurt me, and I feel like this is the easiest way to get that across. Give me some bone meal. I don't really know if the number of trees matter, or if maybe the number of trees could be detrimental. I have no idea. We're not going to put too many trees around here. We're just going to make sure that the trees we do have are the trees that we actually need now. I don't know, should we use these like, hybrid jungle saplings that I've got as well? I don't know what the difference is, other than they've got a little bit of silver birch in them, and maybe I don't want that. Fireproof is a thing that apparently you can get in your wood. That's funny. That's very funny. I'm gonna go ahead and say that we probably don't want to use these. We don't want to muddy the water any, so we're just gonna keep using the regular ones. Alright, there we go. So, are you still getting plenty of sunlight? Yes, and you're producing honeycomb. I noticed that this one over here, not this one, that one like over there, I'm just kind of going through them all in order. These two in particular are doing great on their honey production, which is impressive. So now we just wait. We just wait, you know, hopefully we get what we want out of this. We've got a pretty even distribution. I think there's one more jungle than there is. Let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 versus 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. No, I did it perfectly, actually, is what I went and did. And hopefully we get what we want out of it. Soon, ideally. I guess we just store all of the oddball leaves, or trees, I should say, over here. It will deal with all of that at a later date. If I take 2 of these out, and I put them together over here... Oh, okay, yeah, that does kind of repair it a little bit. That's handy. That's good to know. That's actually really good to know. Did something... My spectacles broke. They broke my spectacles. I didn't consider that as the possible thing that might happen. Can I do all 3 at one go? No. You have to go 2 at a time. Which just renders me, with this really bad one not so bad. Oh, wait a minute, wait. I'm not stupid. Hold on. I'm not stupid. There we go. There we are. Alright. Good luck, little common queen. Fortunately, a new pair of spectacles isn't a difficult feat. Fortunately, a new pair of spectacles is not a difficult feat. It's just a little bit frustrating. That's a little upsetting, is all it is. I know I said no bees today, but, Oh! We got cultivated, baby! Let's rock and roll! Took a while, didn't it? How about these? How about these? You're almost done. You're not anywhere near being done, nor are you. Okay, hold on. Let's see what is up with cultivated. Tell me your story. Fast production, good. Slowest pollinator, not good. We want to increase pollination because I think that's going to increase the speed at which we are crossbreeding trees. Flower type, we love that. Fertility of 2, meh. Tell me more, though, here. Diurnal, we want it to be nocturnal, too, though. So I think that's just a case of finding a drone that also happens to be... See, end flower type, we want to stop using these, even though it is nocturnal. We don't want to end up with any more end bees, because they're kind of useless to me. I'm sick of their nonsense. So if you were wondering, if we go in here to be breeding, we can get to noble with a common and a cultivated, but we don't have a common anymore, unfortunately. So we gotta get another common, because that was our common. Beyond that, cultivated and sinister can give us a fiendish queen, but it looks like it's in that order particularly. You need a sinister princess, which we might have. What is our sinister? What do we have that's sinister? I think it's a drone. Yeah, so that's not going to quite work out for us. But going back to what we can do with this one here, it looks like we're going to need things other than... Yeah. Alright, well, let's just try to get another cultivated, if we can. We might just breed these two together and see if we can't get a... second, third, fourth. We just want to get more cultivated drones, basically. So we'll just breed these two together. Okay. So both of these are tolerant flyers, but I keep getting stung by the bees. I don't know how, but I've inadvertently bred a bunch of very angry bees. So every so often I have to just pause and throw the spectacles in here and let the repair talisman do its thing. Did we determine, and by we I mean all of you and Brashiad Cub, that having more than one repair talisman made it go by faster? Is that my imagination, or was that a real thing that was discovered? I feel like that was a real thing that was discovered. We'll toss 2 of them in here. I don't care. We've got the room for it. We also have some industrial coin. that I didn't realize was in here, but there we go. Those have been restored now. In case you were wondering, no, obviously we have no new leaves being crossbred just yet. We did just start this new experiment, though, so that was a little bit unlikely. Also, before you ask, no, this video's not all about bees. We're doing something else. Just trying to get the bees set up and going with the trees so we can go and do something else, if you please. Okay, so hear me out. This is just an idea that I had while we were all talking about bees earlier. What if we just made some additional apiaries, okay? What if we just made a few more? Because this might help speed things up a little bit. You know, the more bees, the more you please. Sometimes I say things and regret speaking. I don't know if they get really mad if they're close to one another, or if that's going to cause any kind of issues. Like, are they going to go to war with one another in certain instances? I don't know, but I've already picked these based on their stats. I think they're good to be paired together, and we're going to need to fill them up with the little net things. This is a lot more to manually manage, but I don't mind it if it means that we get the trees we want, which means we get the wood that we want, which means, how did I end up with this one? Ooh, common drone. We got a common drone. All right. What are you? Lots of good traits in this one. Tell me more about the common one, though. Didn't we want to crossbreed the common with the cultivated? Also, good gosh, this has got a long ways to go. How long do you live? Eventually, everyone's going to figure out that I'm just a fraud, and I don't know what I'm doing. Have you figured it out yet? Okay, enough of that. Enough of that. Enough of bees. Enough of bees. Let's not focus on bees anymore. I have been recording for 34 minutes, and it has all been bees and trees. All of it has been bees and trees. This is not what I sat down to do. What I actually thought we'd do today was put up a Christmas tree, alright? Because I realize that we haven't really got into the holiday spirit just yet. There's snow everywhere, the Endermen are dressed up in their little elf outfits. Like, there's some stuff going on, but there's not enough, and I figure what we need is a gigantic Christmas tree right here, okay? And that can be seen from pretty much everywhere. Not quite line of sight with the Tower of the Eye over there, but actually maybe not far off, because I'm pretty sure it's right behind, I think that's the train station there. So if we fly to here, yeah, look, there's the top of it starting to come into view. If we maybe pause the game, it might load in, but then again, it might not. We're not going to worry about it too much. But I think a big, beautiful Christmas tree right here is going to be exactly what we need. A big, beautiful Christmas tree, just like Lucy said in the Charlie Brown Christmas special. And for that, we're going to need a lot of things. We're going to need spruce, first off, because that'll be the basis of the tree. And then we'll need some spruce leaves. What is the real, like, difference between a spruce leaf and a red spruce leaf? Are either of these more Christmassy? This is spruce leaves. Very dark green, very lovely. These are red spruce leaves. Ooh. Ooh. I kind of like the red ones better, folks. I kind of like the red ones better. So I think that's what we're going to go for. So now I am going to hand sculpt a Christmas tree. Here's hoping that works out. It's a big pole! At the end of the day, that's basically what a tree is, right? It's a giant wooden post in the ground. Is it tall enough, though? That's the problem. It, like, dwarfs everything that the dwarfs have made. But then when you contrast it with that tower... Actually, you know what? Depending on where you're standing, if you get the angle right... Whoa, look, it's bigger than the tower, everybody! Whoa! Isn't that weird? That's perspective for you. Maybe you should go get some perspective. Alright? Tree's tall enough. It's not going any taller. We'll make it a little taller. Basically, when I run out, I'm out, okay? So I've got enough to do one more loop. So we've basically, effectively, we've made it 2 blocks taller. And then these last 5 pieces, you know what I'm going to do with those? I'm going to just throw them in the bottom here. And we're just going to leave them be. They'll despawn eventually. Now we need to start applying the leaves. And oh boy. Wait a minute. This should get more narrow as it goes up, shouldn't it? Yeah, it should get more narrow as it goes up. Okay, I'm not finished yet then. Gonna have to get some more spruce. And now we've... basically what we have to do is bring it in a level and then go up again. So we'll just kind of do this, right? Once we have enough of these set up, what we'll do is we'll come back down here, because I don't like this. I don't want this. I want to get rid of this. I don't want these going sideways inside of the trunk here. We really just placed them for the sake of having something to place these onto. And now we need to go up with these, but not nearly quite as far. Maybe 12? Is 12 up tall enough? I think that's enough. And so finally, we're going to do that, and then go up 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Yeah, like half the length of the one below it. That ought to be good, and then we can start doing the leaves up top like so. Oh, should we put like a star or something at the top too? I hadn't thought about that. Some people do angels. Those are weird people. You don't really want to associate with them. Like, why would you put an angel on top of a tree? First off, it's very uncomfortable for them when you consider how you have to mount them on top of the tree. And then also, like, the star... Maybe this is just my inner Texan speaking. But, you know, the stars at night are big and bright, and I don't know why you wouldn't want... Deep in the heart of Texas. I don't know why you have to do that. It's a legal requirement. It's also just ingrained in our blood. You can't reject it. As soon as someone says those words, you were just compelled beyond reason, beyond belief, to do the clap and say the line. I forgot where I was going with that. Oh, right, why would you not want to bring the big at night, stars so bright? I had to say it differently that time, otherwise I'd be... Why do you not want that in your house? Well, you know, angels? No thank you. The only angel I want in my house on Christmas is you. All I want for Christmas is you. You know who you are. I hope you know who you are. I sure don't. Okay, there's gotta be a way to do this a little bit faster. We do have the mercurial eye around here somewhere. I believe it's in the red bag, because that's where all of the magical things are, and I shouldn't really have needed to think about it. Why do I have 2 mercurial eyes? How and when did that occur? Alright, you know what? It's gonna help a little bit. Okay, perfect. Actually, I kind of want it to have just this much space underneath, for reasons that I will explain later. I mean, I'm not finished with it, but it doesn't really look like a Christmas tree, does it? It kind of just looks like if the Empire State Building got covered in moss for some reason, is kind of what I've accidentally constructed here. I'm not pleased with myself. I'm in no way... I think there's too much of a... It goes to too much of a point there. Like, a Christmas tree is much more sort of like, it's got much more of a smooth sort of... I need to look up a picture of a Christmas tree. Yeah, they're more fat, kind of all the way up. Like, they definitely narrow out towards the top, but it's a consistent sort of thing. Alright, we might have to... Can I just download one? Minecraft Giant Christmas Tree. Yep, I found some, but I have no idea how to import them. It's a schematic, but I don't know what to do with it. It looks beautiful. You can't see it, it's on a different screen. It's a little bit better than what it was. It's slightly improved. I'll tell you what, it definitely goes too far to the ground. I was working on doing the final section here, and I realized if I wanted to put presents and stuff underneath here, that's like way too close to the ground. So I think we might actually cut it off, maybe like 3 more blocks up, so that might actually be the cutoff point here, what I was just doing around the sides. So yeah, we're gonna go ahead and trim all that away, and we'll see where that gets us. So, here's what we got. This was a lot of effort of trimming and placing and removing and trimming and placing and removing. It's still not perfect. I think that if we took this original angle, if you're looking at it from the side here and it went straight down all the way, it would be perfect. But unfortunately, we can't make it that wide because we started to hit over here almost against the walkway. So we really couldn't go any wider. And I kind of wish that the bottom wasn't quite as perfectly squared as it is, because it doesn't really make the circle. It's solid edges here instead. I'm just not a gifted enough Minecraft artist to make a perfectly round tree. Well, I guess if I'd started from the bottom, I could have made a more sort of round template, and we might have ended up with something resembling a circle. I've done circles before, It's just, we started at the top, and the top was very much square. And as I worked my way down, it just continued to be square. I could come down here now and try to form a circle of some kind, and then carry it up. But then wouldn't that get rid of all this work I've done on the side here with these sort of wave patterns and whatnot? I don't know. I used a Minecraft circle generator to give me the shape of a circle, and I put it down there, right? I think that would look better if we kind of raise that up a little bit, but the question is, how tall do we go with that before we bring it in again? I guess we just kind of follow the outline we already have. So we bring that circle up to this level, and then we shrink the size of the circle in the generator by 2, because it goes in on both sides. I think that's right. You wouldn't do it by 1, because that would offset the circle, but then 2 makes sense in my head. We'll see where this goes. It's better? Maybe? Kinda? A little bit better? It's not perfect. It's rounded. And, you know, as best as a Minecraft tree can be rounded. Maybe once we put the big star on top and we do all the decorations, we'll be getting somewhere. So obviously what we need to do now is put some lights on it. And I was looking at fairy lights over here when I noticed that there's actually Mr. McCrayfish's fairy lights that look like they actually change between green and red, which could be fun. So I added the recipe over there and we might go build those. I don't really know of any way to make fairy lights that are multiple colors. I know in order to make some of these, right, like you mix the ingredients for the fairy lights with a different color, but I don't know if there's any way to mix and match different colored bulbs on the same strand, which means that we're going to be kind of limited in what we do here regarding, you know, if we use traditional fairy lights, which I'm not opposed to, but we couldn't. I'd like a strand with the red, the green, the blue, the orange, you know, your traditional Christmas light colors, but it doesn't seem like it's going to be that straightforward. So we could just go with white or like yellow. I know a lot of people, I personally prefer a house that's lit up just with white, using other colors for accent. So like red and white on a tree to make it look like a giant candy cane tree. Things like that. Not everyone's going to agree with me on that, and that's perfectly fine. I don't dislike multicolored on houses, but I feel like a Christmas tree needs to have a lot of colors, but it can look quite elegant if it's just white. Let's go ahead and give this recipe a shot here, though. We're just going to need stained glass and string. I'm not sure if you can substitute other... Oh, first off, let's spell string correctly. I don't know if you can substitute other colors of stained glass, because all we've got is white, but we can just get regular glass, and then I wasn't paying a whole lot of attention to the colors used. I'm assuming red and then regular green. I wasn't sure if it was lime or not. Well, we can get all kinds of dye here, although we don't need dye. We don't need dye. What we need is red rose whatchamacallit, and then green cacti doohickey thingy-mabob. But then also we're going to go ahead and we're going to pull in the recipe here with the string up top, and then we're going to see what happens if we attempt to use the white stained. Nothing. Okay. That doesn't strictly mean that we absolutely have to use red and green. It just means that it doesn't like the white. And we're going to go ahead and assume that that is in fact what it means just based on that. Also, you know what? So that we don't have to do this ever again, let's go ahead and do this real quick. Can't believe there's still things that we don't have inside of here. That's absolutely bonkers. That's everything we need, though, to create this recipe, which does have an EMC value. Now, I've checked, and I don't think this mod comes by default with the pack, and I don't know how it got on here. I don't know if it's something Brashiat added or what, but here we go. Okay, so they do... Look, they twinkle. Do you just right-click to install them? How do these work? Do they not go on to leaves? What is my secret here? I know with these you can put them on posts. Can you hang these on posts? What do you do? How do these work? How do you use the fairy lights from Mr. Crayfish's furniture mod? What is the secret? And what am I missing here? Let's see. There's a rave couch. There's no way to make it. That's not what I was looking for here, but I'm fascinated by it, as I am with the knife, which I also didn't know was here. There's also just a hammer and a cup. There's a cup. Why wouldn't there be? What is an upgraded fence? Never seen that before. Man, I don't even see the fairy lights, and you'd think they would stand out, because they literally... Oh, there they are, right there. No mention... There's a wreath. Add that for sure. A fire pit! Oh, that's gonna help to make the season bright, but you can't manufacture it, apparently. I'm clicking on it with all of my might. There does not appear to be a recipe for this. It can be used as fuel, though. You can burn the fire pit in a furnace to smelt 1.5 items if you're so inclined. Maybe we can't build it because it's lit, and there's like another recipe for an unlit one. I don't know. It can only be put on roofs. What does that mean? Does that mean it can only be hung on the bottom of something? No? What about like this? Oh! There we go! You know what? Okay, that means it's not super useful for, you know, what we built it for. It's not going to serve that function. But it doesn't need to, right? It really doesn't. We already did that. It can work over here on the main house. Look at that. That's fun. That's Christmassy. What about when you get to a corner? What happens? Oh. Okay, that's fine. No, that's okay. We'll just carry on. We wish you a Merry Craftmas. We wish you a Merry Craftmas. We wish you a Merry Craftmas and a crafty New Year. Look at the lights twinkling. Now look at the lights twinkling. Now look at the lights twinkling. You'll have an inkling of what comes next. We're going to build a wreath. I also found that there's a Christmas tree. There's a lot of fun stuff here, isn't there? Look at that. Wreath! Fantastic! Just go ahead and make me a stack of those. Are we going to hang them up on the invisible doors that are only kind of invisible? Hold on, can you hang these on a door? You cannot. I don't know why I thought it would work like that. I don't know why I thought if I affixed that to a door, yeah, it would work. That's okay, look, we can have them to either side of the door. They don't really look like wreaths so much, do they? They kind of look like weird portholes. I don't know about this. I've changed my mind. We'll just keep the two on the front of the house there. Yeah, that's fine. That's fine. Especially with the blinking lights up top. You, though. We're gonna have to figure something out. So we're gonna go back to the actual fairy light mod. And what have we got around here? A stepladder! Neato. I just realized that you can make tinsel, which is a good time. Alright, so I've gone to the actual wiki listing, and you can absolutely do multiple lights. It's not that hard. I think you just get the regular recipe, and then you pair whatever lights you want into it. So what color do we want our lights to be? I think that the traditional strand of Christmas lights are red, green, blue, and then generally there's like an orange in there. I might be wrong. Hold on. Classic Christmas lights. Red, green, blue, white, orange. Yeah, that's what I assumed it would be. But we don't have to do that. We can do whatever we want to. This is Minecraft. We have the entire option of everything in the universe at our disposal. What? The entire option? Cut that. Look, this is our factory. This is our tree. We don't have to follow the rules established by the big Christmas light conglomerates. We can make our own rules. We can forge our own path. What colors do we want? I think we are limited to how many we can fit on the grid at any given time. According to this, we're limited to 6. There's 6 lights that we can do. So what 6 colors do we want? Obviously red. There's a lot of green in the tree already, so I reckon we could skip green unless we wanted to go with a lime green. And having said it now, I want to go with the lime green. So red, lime, light blue, white, and then we could add 2 more if we wanted to. Yellow. Purple sounds like fun. Light blue, lime. Purple is a maybe. I'm going to say orange is a maybe. And then we want bone meal for white. We want red. Rose red for red. And then... I mean, that's technically 6 there. We could grab dandelion yellow if we're so inclined. For some reason, I only grabbed 1 each of these, even though we're definitely going to need more than that. So, disregard my bizarre choices. I think I might just want to go with white, green, blue and red, because those are the colors that I really strongly associate with Christmas. You got candy canes, you got sort of the icicle thing going on here. Red and green often go together around Christmas time, and then the four of those together, we're going to get rid of the rest of these. And then aside from that, I think we just need iron, and we're going to need quite a bit of it if I want to make a stack of each of these, which I guess is what I want to do. So... okay, and then this is a glass pane. Are they all glass panes? It looks like they're all glass panes. Alright, well, glass panes we've already got. So iron we will need 12 stacks of, because 3 each. Yeah, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. I might have grabbed just the right amount or too much. And there's so much just nonsense up here that doesn't need to be up here, except for maybe that. I might need more glass panes. Let's try to tidy this up a little bit here. Let's clean things up a little bit before we start shoving more stuff in there. Right. And let's convert all of this over to the panes. Insert all of our dies, make sure those are all in there. And then the first thing we need to do is we need to make the red ones. So this will make 4 stacks of the red fairy lights. Then we're going to make the lime ones, 4 more stacks, add in the rest of the iron, and go for the white fairy lights. By the way, we don't have to use these. I feel like I need to make that clear. We could also do flowers or lanterns or whatever's happening here or any number of these other things. We could do snowflakes, and I like the snowflakes, and we might find a place for snowflakes later. But right now, what we're focusing on is just creating a traditional-looking strand. What happened there? I'm sorry? What did we run out of? What did we run out of? We ran out of panes! It pains me to say this, but we're gonna have to track... Alright, so now we have all of these, and you're probably trying to figure out, like, what do we do with them now? Well, we make sure we have one each of those in there. And which one am I missing? Why am I crazy? There it is. Now we need to put them together on a strand, which means we're going to need even more iron. And we're also going to need some string. So we're going to start with 2 stacks of iron and a stack of string. And I think it just goes like so, iron to either side. And then you start adding these. So we add one of those, and it's all blue. Add another one, it's blue and red. Add another, it's blue, red, and green. Add another, it's blue, red, green, and white. Give me way too many of those. Actually, the perfect amount. And we might end up not liking the color choices we've made here. Can you even put these on leaves? I didn't think you'd be able to. What can you put these on? Anything that isn't leaves, apparently. So we gotta figure out... what... I've had an idea! Go with me on this, right? What if we have a reinforced framed block? First off, should we start from the top? I feel like when you do a Christmas tree, aren't you supposed to start from the top? You're supposed to focus on having about 100 lights for every foot of the tree or something along those lines. Am I making that up? It could be. I might not know my Christmas light lore all that well, but hear me out. If I do that, and then we put this in there... oh dear. Alright, but does it... it does attach. It does attach. But then how are we supposed to, like... yeah, because they're gonna fade into the Christmas tree. Oh, I didn't think this through very well. Yeah, very little thought was given to how we were actually gonna hook up these lights. And also, maybe I don't like the way that they look. Maybe we should have gone with a more traditional layout. Maybe that's where I went wrong. Maybe this pattern doesn't really work very well. Maybe I made way too many of them, considering I might not actually like it. Alright, well, we need a new idea now for the Christmas tree. How are we gonna light it up? I guess, you know what? Sometimes you just do the simplest, most straightforward thing. And in this case, that's gonna be inverted lamps. So I went to the basement and I used the automation machine, the first-gen automator that we have set up down there for these. And I've got some inverted ones. What are we gonna do with them, though? It's gonna be weird if we just, like, plop them on the tree like that. Unless, does that kind of look like a bauble? Does that kind of just look like a regular Christmas tree bauble? Because in that case, I probably could get away with just in random, like, nooks and crannies of the tree, plopping these things down. You know? This could work. This looks awful! It looks awful! I'm gonna keep going. Should I not be placing them at random? Should I maybe try doing this like there's some sort of a pattern? Like they are lights applied to the tree in a strand? I can try that, but now getting rid of the ones I've already put up there is going to be a hassle because they don't break quickly or easily regardless of what you're trying to break them with. Right? Like either tool that we have, obviously this one feels a bit slower. Alright, well let's say this is the bottom, and we put on a red one. And then what is the... so far I've only got a few light colors down here, right? So I've got blue and red and green and inverted purple, and I haven't decided if these are the colors we're using yet. I just thought purple would be an interesting one. So if we did red, purple, blue, green, repeat, red, purple, blue, green. Yeah, you know what? As I make my way around, I kind of like it, but I do wonder whether or not these are really the colors we want to go with. Red, purple, blue, green. At this point, though, I've already started, and I'm not going back. So this is what it's gonna be. No! No, never mind. I think I actually hate it. I think I actually hate it. Can you break this? Get this off of this tree. This looks so dumb. Alright, well it took a whole lot longer to get all the lights back off of there than it did to put them on. I have shied myself on what to do here. What if we did the garland? What does the garland look like when it's done? It looks... that's fairy lights. That's tinsel. Tinsel garland. Can that attach to leaves? Give me red. And then give me paper. I'm pretty sure I saw paper was required. And then what else do you need? You need iron and string. It makes no sense. It makes no sense that you would need iron. Actually, no. You know what? Yeah, actually it does. I've seen tinsel, and I've seen garland. And the core is oftentimes iron. I don't know if it's iron, actually, now that I say that. The core is oftentimes a metal. It seems unlikely it would be iron. I'm not sure that would work well for the process here, but we've got quite a bit of garland now. Which, yep, works about the way you would expect it to. Look at that. It's beautiful. Will it attach to the tree? Because that's the issue we've been having here lately. Is trying to get things to attach to leaves. If it'll just attach to the leaves, we'll really be getting somewhere. Son of a gun. What about the star? What if we just go ahead and put the star up there? Right? Big, beautiful... golden star. That's not really an option. If we look at inverted colors, we've got yellow is the closest thing to gold, or we can go with white. A big white star, because you know what? Gosh darn it. White lights are what we already have in abundance of. If I open this up, look at this. Let's go build a star. I mean, there's some yellow, too. Let's go build a big star. White will match the factory. Oh, but yellow's gonna be more classically Christmas tree-ish. Isn't it? Oh, I don't know. I'll take the yellow, too. Are we gonna do yellow? Maybe not. Maybe the insides are yellow. So I guess we want it to face north to south, is the idea. And it's gonna be... It's gonna... First off, let's get rid of this. It's not gonna be there anymore, is it? It's gotta be appropriately sized. Minecraftshapes.com. Here we go. What are my options? Equilateral triangle, square rectangle, pentagon, hexagon, septagon, octagon, nanogon, decagon, dodecan, more sides, circle, angle. More sides is literally you can create your own... Oh, here we go. Wait, stars, blah, blah, blah. See if I can follow these instructions as being presented to me here on the screen. We're going to use leaves as well, because leaves break easily. So we kind of want this as our starting point, which means that we could have left that there. 1, 2, 3. I'm using a chart I found online. I'm on minecraftshapes.com. We're going to try to make a simple 5-sided star. So 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, and the middle's going to go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2... What have I done? 2, 3, 4, 5. It's just a cloud. Nobody panic. This star might be too big. Okay, no, I definitely messed this up already. These are too tall. I want to throw out there that the way it's generated the image, it's upside down, so I'm having to work upside down here. And I don't see a way to flip it around. Space here, block here, space here. And then across here, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yep, okay, we're getting somewhere. Then we're going to run out of yellow ones soon. And then we can fill these in, I believe. Yeah, there we go. It's starting to look like a star. Let's go make more. It's awful. This isn't even what MinecraftShapes.com told me to make. What Minecraft Shapes had me make was worse. And I just kept adding more, hoping it would get better, and it didn't. It's so bad! It's so bad! Hold on. Minecraft... Not Minecraft, forget that. No, just Christmas tree star. Let me see if I can find some inspiration for some other options. Oh gosh, none of them are good, really. None of them are very good. Why do I keep wanting to make this part taller? Like, that's gonna somehow fix it. That doesn't somehow fix it. That makes it look a little better. That makes it look a little bit better. You know what? I've been sitting here for 4 hours. We're done. That's an exaggeration. What time did I sit? No, it's not! I've been here for 4 hours! Oh, this is what we've done in that time! This is what we've done! We built a monstrosity! Just towers over everything. It looks awful. It looks awful! I don't know what else to do anymore. I don't know how to salvage this. I can't get the tinsel to stick to the leaves! But you know what? I think that the lights in the house look really good. Those look really, really good. I'm a fan of that. I think that we did successfully. That looks good. This is an abomination, and I'm sorry. Thank you folks for watching. God bless you. We're not doing any more Christmas decorating. Craftmas. Goodbye.